WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American over here in Germany, often tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Might be a little rare, at least in your parts of the woods. Michter's limited release, toasted barrel finish Kentucky sour mash whiskey. So we have 86 proof, 43%. What a shame. All right, I actually have batch number L22G2267 is what I'm going to say. Now, I paid 159 euros for this bottle. I think that's way, way, way too much. But it's a limited release. It says so here on the bottle, limited release. So Michter started out with their limited release of the toasted barrel with their bourbon, with the rye. Now they have the small batch. I don't even think there was an unblended here. Let's take a look real quick. So we have our toasted barrel finish rye, limited release barrel strength bourbon, barrel strength rye. I hadn't even seen any toasted here with bourbon. All right, good. This is Whiskybase number 224218. It is 700 milliliters. It is charred white oak and finished in a new toasted barrel. Now, according to the website here, it actually says it is this award-winning whiskey that is at the heart of our toasted barrel sour mash whiskey. It is made by taking Michter's U.S. and Star 1 sour mash whiskey and then aging it for an additional period of time. We, the whiskey geeks, would like to know how long. All right, for an additional time in a second custom-made barrel. Ooh, sounds good. This second barrel is assembled from 18-month air-dried wood and then toasted but not charred. Several different layers of toast for the second barrel were evaluated before our production team leader, led by master distiller Dan McKee. I don't think Dan McKee did it back then, but that I don't know. All right, good. Might have been him at the beginning that decided. And master maturation Andrea Wilson decided on the one that would best display the elegant nuances of this remarkable whiskey. Now, Andrea Wilson is a legend. She is one of the very few women in the Bourbon Hall of Fame. She's been with Michter's now almost from the very beginning that they rejuvenated the brand. I mean, she learned how to do her stuff, if I am correctly informed, from Dr. No back then. That would always say, no, it's not ready, no, it's not ready, no, it's not ready, now we can release it. I have the utmost and highest respect of Andrea Wilson. Now, what am I going to compare it to? I actually bought this bottle almost 2 months ago. I've done a bottle share, so a lot of it is gone. Sorry about that. And then I wanted to actually compare it to this bottle, which I had to go out and buy again. Mine was empty. This is Michter's standard sour mash, also 43%. Over here in Europe, at least in Germany, the unblended, the rye, the sour mash, and the bourbon all go for 50 euros basically. It's been that way for like 3-4 years. 49.90 is the recommended retail price. And I do know the brand ambassador in Germany. I actually applied a few years ago for that job. I was not chosen. No problem. I work with a different brand and 10 bourbons and are building a lot of great brands over here in Germany instead of Michter's. Sandra's doing a great job, and she's at whiskey fairs, and the stand is usually, just like my stand, is bombarded by people, and it's a really, really good thing. Now, of course, the Michter's 10, the bourbon, the rye, the Michter's 20, the bourbon and the rye, the Schenks, the Bombergers, the special releases, both of those actually with so much for Schenks here. Chinkapin, not my favorite wood in the world, but that's just me. But those are actually very, very interesting and nice things that Michter's has done. Unfortunately, both of these bottles still say here, bottled by Michter's in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm waiting for the day that it says distilled by Michter's, either in Louisville or in Shelbyville. That would be fabulous. Good. I was in Louisville last year. I wanted to go to the Michter's Fort Nelson Distillery there on Whiskey Row. The day I had off and was available, it was closed. Just like, yay, closed on a Friday. Why not? All right, so that's life. I guess I tried to book ahead, couldn't get anything. I tried using my connections, couldn't get anything. And so it didn't work out. It wasn't possible. All right, so let's try these. 50 euros, triple the price, 150. I actually have it over online now. The best prices I can find are 179. It goes up to 239 for this bottle. 43%, no age, non-bourbon, non-rye whiskey for 200 plus euros. I just don't understand the world. All right. So I'm going to always start off in the standard. This is an L22. Um, I remember sour mash being better. So we did do a tasting with that brand ambassador over here in Germany, and we had everything blind. So we had the rye blind, there was a Bamberger or a Schenk in there, we had the unblended, we had the sour mash, we had the bourbon. I think there were 5 or 6 that we did. And the one that really, really disappointed us the most was an unblended. Now, everyone was like, wait a second, after we revealed the what was behind the blinded glasses, the blinded drams. It's like, wait a second, no, we love unblended. And people pulled out theirs and poured a dram of the unblended, poured a dram of the unblended from the blind. It was like, nope, not the same. And one of the theories I have, I might be wrong, but one of my theories is the bottle that we had in the blind was from the distillery, actually the new distillery from Michter's. Now, the older bottles, the 18s, the 19s, they are actually sourced whiskey. And there's a massive difference between sourced Michter's and self-made Michter's, at least so far that I can discern. And I think that's exactly what's going on here. This is a 2022 bottling, so it's maybe even their own 4-year-old juice here from their own distillery. They have not changed the label yet. I talked with one of the, what was it, European brand manager, sales manager, and he's like, one day we're going to change the label after everyone has not noticed that there's no difference between sourced and our own whiskey. Oh, that's a great idea. So one day they're going to do it, but they haven't, which means maybe this is a self-made whiskey, self-distilled whiskey, and not sourced from someplace else. In contradiction, this actually had a finish in a toasted barrel, which means it's more or less a 2021. And maybe even there's older stock in here, which makes sense as well. If I'm going to put a great bottle and take great whiskey and put it in a second toasted barrel, I'm going to have a limited release of the best stuff possible. So this might actually be a year or two older than the standard sour mash out there on the market. No confirmation whatsoever. This is just one of my conspiracy theories out here. But the limited release, at least what I have here, is so much better than this. And I do not think it's only attributed to the second toasted barrel. Personal opinion. I might be wrong. I get toasted marshmallows. I get here a little bit of cherries. I get here a little bit of a wood spice. Here I get much greener, much younger, a little sweeter actually. So what I'm not getting is an over amount. I've had some double oak stuff that's very, very oaky. This is not. This is fairly well balanced. This feels more mature. This feels a lot younger. I'm going to start here and then go over here. Today I'm going to do the other one. I'm going to start here and then go back to the standard sour mash and see how bad it is in comparison. Cheers. It's got a nice finish. It starts off weak. It's almost watery. Now, I am a little bit complaining at a very, very high level But if I'm going to pay 150 euros plus for something, a bottle of whiskey, I demand, I require something that has more flavor, more alcohol, more boom, bang for your buck. This is on a good day, a C. Now let's go for a good day. It's a B minus whiskey. Is it a B minus? It's not a B. It's a C plus whiskey. On a good day, on a very, very good day, it's a B minus. It's a C, B minus, minus, C plus plus whiskey. Let's agree on that. Down the middle of my tongue, there's a runway that actually has a wonderful flavor profile. That toasted marshmallow, a little bit of like, there's from Haribo, these wine gummies that are Coca-Cola bottles with cherry. So the cherry flavored Coca-Cola bottles, what I'm getting here a little bit. It's very nice. As I said, B minus, C plus. Would I go out and buy another bottle of this for 150 euros? No. Why? I can get two, but I can have Booker's and an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof for the same price. And they're so much better. I can get going over here to, for that same price here, I can get a Sagamore Cask Strength Rye and I can get a Wilderness Trail Cask Strength Bourbon for the same price as one of these. No. That's even that it is a B minus, C plus, value for money is a D. So my scale is A, why haven't you bought it? B, buy it. C, you can buy it if you want to. D, you don't need it. F, why was the stuff even made? All right, so this is, you don't need it. You really don't need this whiskey. Now, if you have the chance and you see it in the bar for maybe $20 a pour, over here in Germany, if you go to Whiskey Fair, this is going to be for 150. It's going to be 10 euros for a pour, around about 8 to 10. That's going to be more 10 to 12. Try it. You might just love it, and then you can go out and try to find a bottle at exorbitant prices here. But it's not really worth that upgrade in price, the premiumization. Cheers. Reminds me a little bit of Green River bourbon, a little bit of the Bradshaw bourbon. Yeah. It's green, it's a little sappy. This is a C minus. All right, this is a C plus, B minus on a good day. This is a C minus. It's also a D for value for money. What can I get for 50 euros? I can get a, at least over here at the moment, Wild Turkey, both belong to Campari now. Wild Turkey Rare Breed. I can get an Elijah Craig Normal. I can get an Eagle Rare 10-year-old under 40 euros. And I still, for all of these, I still have 10 euros left over in my pocket to go buy something else. And this is, for me, I divide the whiskeys, okay, 20 and under, supermarket, lower shelf, 20 to 40. I actually did a video about this online, 20 to 40. That's a good range, getting great bourbons in that range. And then we go from 40 to 80. I know it doubles the price, but that's actually where you, okay, up to 80, and then over 80, I have the super premium products that go up that are usually not worth the money. 50 is in that range between 40 and 80. And it's fighting against things that are at $80 over here, 80 euros, which would be Booker's, which would be Elijah Craig, which would be some other good stuff. And so this has a fairly difficult time establishing itself as a worthy competitor in that range. Now there are lots of people that really like Michters. I love the rye. So the rye, I can just grab a bottle of rye. If I were to dig just one down, I can't even have to dig. I can actually just pull out an unblended here, just on my fingertips. I just love that. All right, so I don't have the bourbon there. I have the sour mash now here. These are fabulous products. I recommend them constantly. There's a good availability, but the 150 euro price tag is just not worth it. So, first question of the day is, what is your favorite product from Michter's? Is it maybe their 10-year-old rye or bourbon, their 20-year-old, their Bamberger, their Shanks, one of the other standard products? And the second thing is, what is your favorite toasted barrel product? Ooh, a year and a half ago, toasted barrels were the big thing, or even 2 years ago. Now we have other casks that are a big thing, but hey, the toasted barrels, what did you like? Is it maybe a Peerless double oak toasted barrel? Is it maybe a Sagamore double oak toasted barrel rye? Is it the here's something from Michter's? What is your favorite toasted barrel? Thank you very much for watching, liking, subscribing, and telling others. See you soon. Whiskey Jason out here. Bye bye.